This time last year, think back to that, most of our area was in a severe drought. This year, though, things are looking just a little bit better. Behind me, this is the U.S. Drought Monitor. If you think back to last year, you remember most of the Midwest was covered in that dark orange-red color. Now it's a lot better. Missouri, for example, is not in a drought. Much of Kansas is, especially the further west you go. The U.S. Drought Monitor puts this information out every week. These numbers are from last week. The new map will be out tomorrow. Meanwhile, farmers and ranchers, though, are still recovering from those extremely dry conditions. Jenna Hanchard caught up with one family at the Junior Angus Competition down at the American Royal, and they say they are still struggling. Jenna.
They are still struggling to get out of this drought that's been happening for the last 3 years. We're here now at the American Royal. I'm joined now by Barb Downey and her family. She has a bull here, and this is a cow. This is Becky.
Yep, that's
Bull's
Becky.
Trying to knock you over here a little bit.
Going to knock me over. He's ready for breakfast.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm glad you were able to get them up early. So talk to me a little bit about, this is your livelihood a little bit.
Yep.
and so has this been difficult, especially with the drought?
It has been a little bit difficult. It presents some challenging situations for us, both in terms of water for our stock out on range and in terms of feed supplies, both for the summer grazing season and our winter feed crops that we have to put up for them. Both have been very short in the last 3 years.
All right, so let's walk a little bit. I think these animals want to get a little bit, they want to get a little bit of activity here. And so this is your livelihood, I mean, this is difficult, especially if you can't feed your cattle. Is that right?
Yes, it is. They have to eat just like us every single day, 365 days a year. And our feed that we have put up for the winter the last year or two has been about half of what it might normally be. And where we normally try to have extra feed on hand in case the weather's real bad, if the winters are tough, they need more feed. Fortunately, they've been pretty mild, but we have not come into the springtime with any extra feed resources. We've been just cutting it right
Wow.
as close as you can get.
So funds are pretty tight, as you can see, and this is just one example, one family. There are other farmers here that have been experiencing the same thing. While we have gotten some water, some moisture, still not out of the drought yet. Back to you, Jow Jow.